fourth one up. Here we go. So this one we're gonna go to Rob. Zach Milne talks movies. Better long-term legacy. Man of Steel or Superman? 2025. Long-term legacy.
Boy, right now I feel there's people on the internet taking out knives.
Oh, you can feel the hate flow.
Okay,
through
here's
you.
the thing. Here's the thing. We know what Man of Steel's legacy is, and I would say that I'm a huge fan of all three of Zack Snyder's Call of the
Because what
Justice
are we
League.
now, 12 years?
Yeah.
When did Man of Steel come out? 2013? So we're 12 years onward.
And I do think as a trilogy and as a fully real, like you can say, okay, Zack didn't get to, I'll tell you what would have happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. They would have defeated Darkseid. There you're welcome.
No.
There you're welcome, John. They would have gone, they would have sent him back to Apocalypse. That's how it would have ended. But anyway, those three movies are quite a vision, and they're singular. I do think, though, that James Gunn has the potential, because he is being able to realize a vision. We're getting Clayface, Supergirl, Lanterns. We're getting the rest of Peacemaker, which I have a suspect where it's going, and I'm really intrigued by where it's going to go. We're going to see Lobo. We're going to see Batman. We're going to see. So I would imagine that the jury is out, but I'm going to go with the legacy of James Gunn, because I think the potential, assuming it doesn't all crash and burn, the potential to create a fully realized universe has not been realized before. So what we're going to, I mean, at the MCU it has, but in terms of DC. So I'm going to say his legacy has the potential to be much greater than Zack Snyder's three films. Although I like Flash and Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and they're all born out of, I would consider those, even Black Adam, all that stuff, Shazam.
Yeah. Look, it pains me to say this, but look, the reality, it's a very simple question, because it comes down to just numbers, really.
Yeah.
For context, those of you who are regular viewers know that Man of Steel is my all-time favorite Superman movie. My boy Henry here is my all-time favorite Superman. I love the new Superman movie, I do, and I love David Corn Sweat as the new Superman, I really do. But Henry's my guy, and Man of Steel is my all-time favorite Superman movie. But what John Campea thinks does not equal the legacy of the movie. The legacy of Man of Steel, again, this is my favorite, is failure. 12 years on, that's the legacy of it. Look, all you got to do is look at the numbers. The critic rating on Man of Steel was barely 50%. It just got a little over 50%. The audience score was in the low to mid 70s.
Yeah.
Now just look at Superman 2025. 80+% critic rating, significantly higher than Man of Steel, and the audience rating is up into the 90s. It's already, that's it. And then what was the ultimate eventual outcome of the Man of Steel stuff? A ruined and destroyed and disfigured and rubbled in ash DCEU, whereas it looks like we're off to a really good solid start. Now look, I think everybody's crazy. All right? I think everybody's crazy. Man of Steel is awesome. But if I'm going to be objective, the truth is the new Superman movie already has a better legacy. And you're right, Rob. Legacy isn't something you can really definitively say until you're 6, 7, 10, 12 years on.
Yeah.
But we already see now what the legacy of Man of Steel is. Divisive, whatever. And again, I think y'all are crazy, but it's divisive. It led to failure. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like my boy Henry as Superman, all that kind of stuff. Whereas with Superman, we are seeing big critic ratings, huge audience responses. And by the way, people liked it so much when it came out on VOD, it started breaking records. We're going to talk about that in a second. So despite the fact that Man of Steel is my favorite, I think the answer is pretty obvious. Superman 2025 is going to go on to have the better legacy. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.